Out here and want to write you a check, please take it. Right?
No, I mean,
Hell no. Nope.
not without severe litigation.
Before you guys get away from here, I still got a couple of questions for both of you. And number one, how many poles are you guys going to set on me?
I don't think we know that yet, because that's going to be a design question.
It'd be zero if you could land in the pasture.
If it land in the pasture.
Land in the
Yeah.
pasture would be zero.
Yeah.
So I can say, and these are approximations, on a single pole configuration, usually those spans are about 600 feet between poles. And that's plus or minus, but 600 is a good general estimate of the
So
distance between.
we'll have to measure it out.
Oh, my backside's just under 900 feet. It's like roughly 860 feet. So
There's going to
I
be.
asked this question when the surveyors were out here, and it's, we don't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Because this is a
So I
process.
called Todd and asked Todd, how many of you guys planning on putting out there? And he said, oh, none.
Well,
And I said, Todd, I got to go from the backside, from wherever you put it on the backside, across my property, and across the road into the pasture, into the
burdens.
pasture over there. And you got a hill out here that's 60 foot high.
the process would be is that we would do the surveying first, and then that survey will go to design, and that will give them a plan and profile, and that's where they'll design and put in the poles and everything. So we really are just completing the survey. We're not to that point yet of knowing that.
And it depends on the terrain.
Yeah, that's on my
you know,
60 foot hill over, 60 foot high hill over there.
Yeah, well that
I mean, from road level to top of that hill, it's got to be a good 60 feet.
okay. Yeah. So again, to John's answer, we don't know how many poles will be on your property. We haven't got to that point yet, but like I said, generally in a single pole type construction, a good ballpark is 600 feet between structures. And again, that depends on terrain. If there's any environmental features that are identified that we have to.
So, do they generally put them where they put these PIs?
Oh
So
yeah,
there will be
one where there's a PI.
Where there's PIs,
There's
there
a
will
turn.
be structures. Yes.
So there's two between here and my property. There's the one up here, and then there's the one just outside the fence over there on my property. And then there's one over the top of the hill on my property, and there's one halfway down the hill on my property.
I don't think there's that many PIs on you.
I think the.
It's a straight.
So it,
One here and then one somewhere out in the pasture.
No, it's a straight shot through you.
yeah. Now, yeah, just because you see a stake on the ground, that doesn't mean that's where a PI is. They could just be marking the center line. That doesn't mean there's a change
Yeah,
in
because
direction.
It's a straight shot. So
Well, I told Todd, if you're going to take all 100 foot of that easement on me, you're going to hog that property line.
I think we show it that way.
Yeah, you do. You do. Because after the construction site surveyors were out here, they moved this line 62 feet back. Because of the way they read it from their overhead maps of where Guzman had all his junk over there in the way.
They had the tax maps, and then they came out and did some, surveying on it and stuff. I think there was.
When did they do that? What kind of surveying did they do?
Yeah.
I don't know. You were out here with them, but I saw.
Well, that was just construction site surveyors. They were looking for the corners and hunting the center lines of where you guys had this thing all mapped out. And by that point in time, I'd already told Todd that he needed to hug that property line.
Did Todd send you the document that our surveyors had put together from the line route they had surveyed across your property?
I don't
think he'd
remember
sent
seeing that.
something in a letter.
Yeah.
He sent me one letter, had 2 maps in it, and I can't for the life of me figure out where the hell I put it.
Okay. That had a pretty good graphical of what they did when they were out there.
Yeah.
I remember there being some talk about a boundary survey, which we've explained our guys don't do boundary surveys.
Yeah.
That has to be performed by
Yeah,
a
and
license.
you got licensed
Surveyor.
surveyors
Yeah,
in Chattanooga, licensed in Alabama. One of them could have come out and done it raw. Would have suited me just fine.
Well, I think what they gave you a good enough indication of, it's not official, but I think it would have given you a good enough indication.
So, John, do you have a problem with sending me early notification on whenever anybody wants to come out?
The problem is that what my role in this is that I've put your name, your contact information, your email address in our database. And that is available to all the other business units that would be coming out here. I don't know, like, if another business unit is going to hire a contractor to come out, or when that right-of-way forester is going to actually come. So he's going to actually, those other business units are going to have to contact you and work with you.
All right,
Well,
so
at
does your
some point-
database tell them to contact me via U.S. mail?
Well, I don't think that's generally our process.
Well,
But, you know,
processes change all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
It's
whole
my
reason
preferred method
for
of
trying to
being
get into the
notified that you're
process.
coming out.
I can put a note in our database that says that you would prefer to be contacted by U.S. mail.
On it.
We don't necessarily know who your contractors are, and
That's
and
right.
what
I
they
want
might
it
do.
in writing, you know.
Is there an entity in TVA that has full, because a lot of times you don't know what other parts of this whole organization is doing. Is there somebody that actually has full oversight, that understands and has the process and tracks
Like
each one of the moving parts?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, we're tracking that, but what he's saying, it's not my role at TVA to send him a letter every
Right.
time somebody in one part of our organization is going to do something.
Then so whose role is it?
So when that other organization is going to go out, my role, as I explained to him, was to provide them with all his contact information, and they've got that. So they would contact him and say, "We're coming out." That's what they should do.
Right.
We want to come out to your property. He can say, "Hey, send me a letter," whatever he wants to tell them. Because I don't know each individual person.
Oh,
that
I
might-
understand.
Might
So
be involved.
who at TVA is responsible for securing subcontractors?
Well, that would depend on the department. Like, so, that you were in, whether it was a biological, cultural, or that department would, either they're going to do it with their own TVA personnel, or they're going to make that decision, not me.
So,
Yeah, I
so
understand.
can
Our
we get
deer
copies
trail
of all
right
these
here,
reports
so-
these different contractors or TVA people are doing?
We're going to have to do the Freedom of Information Act through TVA,
Yeah.
and we will.
So I hope that
Well,
clears that up a little bit.
unfortunately, one of the main things that's clearing up for me was the reason, the mismanagement
It's chilly out
perspective of the last email was, there hasn't been oversight efficient enough, to have our concerns addressed. And now that, you're able to do this, we're getting sort of this underlying feeling that we're too far along in the process.
That's right.
Like it's
Well-
something that should have been dealt with beforehand.
And I want to just say on that, when you've got people who are potentially impacted to this level, our emails should never, ever
Being junk mail.
be in a junk mailbox, ever.
And that's happened twice.
Because, we're talking, well, we're on a time constraint. Well, we're sending emails, and there's absolutely no reason why our concerns are being sent to junk mail. No reason. There's no reason for it.
And if time is of
Especially when I've
essence,
sent
that's-
it and then I forward it again, and I'm like, hello, because then I'm going to start emailing and contacting everybody I can until somebody answers my questions.
And that's
So I don't know
Do we-
what
do we-
TVA needs to do to fix that, but that's crap.
What's the effect on honeybees by transmission lines, or what effects do transmission lines have on honeybees? I don't know, unless I go to the internet and read, and the first thing you're going to see is it says it tends to make them aggressive.
Oh, we don't want that.
Yeah.
have they
Tends to make them
come up
aggressive,
with
and it
shielding,
causes them to
barrier
disorient.
shielding to reduce the radiation of transmission lines?
Part of the
Well, I
width
mean-
of our our right-of-ways are to account for that electric and magnetic field dissipation.
So they don't provide anything in the manufacturing process, you know, like as far as evolution of
Kind of like a conductor type, or
well, it'd be more of just a shielding that would reduce the emanations from, you know, because basically you've got inductive field, you know, the current going through the line that creates the field in the first place. And so by creating a shielding and a grounding on that shielding, you could reduce the emanation, right?
I don't know of any.
yeah.
Because I mean, that'd be an application in a situation where you've got, you know, livestock or even residences where it wouldn't be such
Humans,
a big
yeah.
deal going over structures if you had a way to reduce the emanations of the lines through.
Y'all really should go down there though, and as you're going by, look at the Guzmans. You can't miss them.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, just remember that driveway, that first driveway you get going around the road is on me.
Right,
And them 2 trailers that's sitting in there
Are on you.
John's ready to go. Can you not tell?
All right.
Well, I really appreciate your guys' time today.
Thanks for having us out here.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure
Bye-bye.
meeting you.
absolutely Shane.
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
And
Yeah, how do we know this? Are y'all going to contact us with after
we will.
discussion?
Yes, there will be follow-up communication from us.
will there be?
Will it be?
Either way. Either way.
Will there be other decision makers involved then directly?
Yes.
Based on
Good.
your
So at this
observations?
point, it's not just John and I. Our survey team is part of it at this point. Our environmental team, our project management team, because we've got an in-service date with ARAB-BC to meet. So there's a lot of stakeholders.
Our main point is the timeline and when our concerns were addressed, and the fact that, you know, stating that, oh, it's too late, you know.
Yeah, the in-service date is of
not-
no concern.
I understand.
Not on
you
our
know,
side.
and
I understand.
And that's something that, you know, through our conversation, you know, I think
So
I
will we
feel
be?
is our best perspective for you to explain to them, say, hey,
Right.
you know, I mean, what is the extra cost? You know, to kind of take a quick look at that, and
Yeah.
I mean, because
I mean, it looks like
It's a
it would
huge impact.
kind of even out. But so by phone, by email.
What would y'all
Email,
prefer?
please.
Email?
we really would, in writing
In writing is
Email?
great.
Okay.
at first, and then if there's anything that you felt
Correct.
wasn't explained in the email, we'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in person
Yeah.
communications is great as well, but we just
Yeah,
need
well,
to
I mean,
keep our files
you know,
up.
because of the further we get on down the road. I mean, I'm printing everything out. I'm keeping it together. So email is great. So we have some written.
Correspondence.
Correct. Sounds fantastic.